Hello and welcome to another Divi Booster tutorial. In this video, we'll look at how to display Divi columns side by side on mobile devices. Typically, when using Divi, you can create layouts by organizing your content into sections, rows, columns, and modules. For example, placing modules into a two-column row will display them side by side on larger screens. However, on mobile, Divi automatically stacks these columns vertically. If you'd prefer to keep those columns side by side on mobile, I'll show you how to achieve that using some simple custom CSS. By setting the row's display property to flex, you can ensure your columns remain aligned horizontally instead of stacking. Before we dive into the step-by-step process, let's take a quick look at how your layout appears before and after this adjustment. Normally, when you view a two-column row in Divi on a mobile device, you'll notice that the columns are stacked vertically. Instead of appearing side by side, they are displayed one above the other. If you'd like a visual reference, check out the example image included in the post to see how this looks. Now, let's take a look at the result we're aiming for. Instead of stacking the columns vertically, the Divi columns will remain side by side on mobile devices, creating a cleaner, more compact layout. You can view an example of this in the accompanying post for a visual reference. To display Divi columns side by side on mobile, we can use the CSS Flex property. This allows the columns to remain aligned horizontally instead of stacking vertically. Let's walk through how you can make this adjustment. To get started, navigate to the page where you want to apply the changes. Once you're on the page, look at the WordPress admin bar at the top. Click the Enable Visual Builder button, and this will open the page for editing inside the Divi Builder. Next, locate the row you want to modify. If it hasn't been added yet, make sure to include it in your layout. Hover your cursor over the row, and you'll see the green row buttons appear. If your Divi Builder is set to click mode, you might need to click on the row instead of hovering over it. Once the buttons are visible, click on the gear icon to open the row's settings. Now, to make the Divi columns display side by side on mobile, you'll need to apply the CSS Flex property. This ensures that the columns are laid out next to each other horizontally. Here's how to do it. First, in the row settings, click the Advanced tab. Under this tab, navigate to Custom CSS and select Module Elements. In the main element box, you'll need to add the CSS code that sets the row's display property to flex. This adjustment will align the columns next to each other rather than stacking them. For the exact code, as well as a visual reference, you can check out the accompanying post. Once you've made your changes, don't forget to save them. To do this, simply click the green checkmark button at the bottom of the row settings. This ensures all your updates are applied and ready to go. Once you've made all your adjustments, it's time to save the entire page. To do this, open the Page Settings toolbar by clicking on the purple three dots button located at the bottom of the Visual Builder. Then, simply click the Save button to apply and keep all your changes. Now, if you preview your page on the front end, you'll see the updated layout. Instead of stacked columns taking up the full width, the two columns will now appear side by side, each occupying 50 of the width. Depending on your design, you might need to fine-tune the columns to look right with the reduced width. Fortunately, Divi's module settings, like font sizes, margins, and padding, work perfectly with this layout and can help you adjust the design to fit your needs. If you'd like additional guidance, check out our post on using responsive values in Divi module settings. It walks you through how to customize mobile-specific settings without affecting your desktop design. If you're working with Divi's specialty sections and want all the elements to align properly, the previous method won't work, since row settings are only applied to specific parts of the specialty section. Instead, we can achieve the desired layout by applying the necessary CSS directly to the section's settings. Here's how to do it. First, open the specialty section's settings. Go to the Advanced tab, then navigate to Custom CSS, and look for the Freeform CSS area. In this section, you'll add the CSS that ensures the elements in your specialty section align side by side. The code sets the display property to flex and disables wrapping. This way, all the columns in your specialty section will stay horizontal and aligned. For the exact code and a visual reference, check out the accompanying post. To begin, navigate to the page where you'd like to make the changes. Once you're there, look for the WordPress admin bar at the top of the page. Click on the Enable Visual Builder button, and this will open the page in the Divi Builder, allowing you to edit it. To adjust the specialty section, first locate the section you want to modify. If it's not already added to your layout, make sure to include it. Hover over the section, and you'll see the orange section buttons appear. If your Divi Builder is set to click mode, you might need to click on the section instead of hovering. Once the buttons are visible, click on the gear icon to open the specialty section's settings. To set the row to flex mode in a specialty section, open the section settings and navigate to the Advanced tab. From there, go to Custom CSS and locate the Freeform CSS area. In this box, you'll need to add specific CSS code that sets the row's display property to flex and disables wrapping. This ensures that the elements in the specialty section align side by side horizontally. For the exact CSS code to use and a helpful visual reference, you can check out the accompanying post. Once you've finished applying the changes to your section settings, make sure to save them. To do this, click on the green checkmark button located at the bottom of the section settings panel. This ensures that all your updates are securely applied. When you're ready to finalize your changes, it's time to save the entire page. To do this, open the Page Settings toolbar by clicking on the round purple 3 dots button at the bottom of the Visual Builder. Then, simply click the Save button to ensure all your changes are applied and securely stored. Take a moment to review your specialty section. The precise result will vary based on the specialty layout you're using. But here's an example. A specialty section with an image module and a 2-column row would normally stack the 2 columns below the image on mobile. However, with the adjustments we've made, the image and the Divi columns now line up side by side for a more streamlined look. Keep in mind that displaying multiple modules side by side on narrow mobile screens can create a tighter fit. To address this, you can use Divi's built-in sizing and spacing tools to tweak the layout to suit your design needs. And there you have it, 2 effective methods for displaying Divi columns side by side on mobile. One approach works perfectly for standard rows, while the other is tailored for rows within specialty sections. I hope this tutorial has been helpful. If you have any questions or need further clarification, feel free to ask in the comments.